hard to catch even Ovechkin, I would think. Which it sucks, but it is the way it is. All right, it is official. The Canadiens have officially confirmed it. Eric Staal will go to the Montreal Canadiens. The Buffalo Sabres acquire a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick in the 2021 NHL draft. It is done, baby. Let's go. Let's get some hype in the chat, some Staal hype in the chat if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan. And let me know down in the chat down below as well, who do you think wins this trade? Buffalo, Montreal. In fact, let's get some numbers in the chat. 1 if you think Montreal wins this trade. 2 in the chat if you think the Buffalo Sabres win this trade. Let me know, y'all. But it is officially official. The bomb has come. I said it was going to come within the next 20 minutes, and guess what? Your boy is right. Let's go. Eric Staal is officially on to the Montreal Canadiens. I'll give you guys the check just in case. It is officially official. Eric Staal now to the Montreal Canadiens. 450 people in here. Stick in this live stream. Hit that subscribe button. Join the Grad Gang if you haven't already. And hit that like button as well. Once again, comment down below your thoughts, boys. I honestly like this deal a lot for the Montreal Canadiens, but as we know, there is some cap still that I think the Montreal Canadiens will have to work with. I mean, they don't give up Byron in this deal, so I would suppose that there's another deal coming right now. That there's another deal coming on top of this that we do see. The Sabres are retaining 50% of... Oh, there we go. There we go. No trade needed on this one. Eric Staal, 50% retention. That'll do it right there. Just within the cap. That'll put him at around $1.7 million, leaving the Habs with about $400K on their side. But there you go. The Canadiens don't have to give anybody. They just flat out retain the salary, which is what it should have been in the first place, and they get it done. Let's go. Eric Staal is on the Montreal Canadiens. So $1.6 million there officially on the deal. He'll only be rental, so it won't matter too much. But the deal is officially official. I like that deal a lot for Montreal, y'all. Oh my gosh, all over the 50. Yo, what's your opinion on Matthias Emilio Pettersson, a prospect for the Flames? I've been looking out for him for a long time as a Norwegian guy. I've loved his NCAA game and how he's progressed. Ben, go. Okay, play it later. Ben, I'm live streaming. Wholesome brother moment coming into the room. I was gonna say that I think this is a pretty good deal for Montreal overall. I mean, again, is he gonna be the 4C? I would imagine he'd be the 4C, right? I would imagine he'd be the 4th line center. And I don't know. I feel like... I think a lot of what comes down to getting a 3rd or having to give up a 3rd and a 5th rounder is because of that salary retention. They don't have to give up a guy like Byron. They don't have to give up a guy like Lehkonen. They don't have to get rid of any depth whatsoever, which I think is pretty key for Montreal. And they get Eric Staal. They'll likely have him as a 4th line center. And he brings a lot of leadership, a lot of veteranness to that team. I mean, a lot of defensive responsibilities. Let me look back on his stats so far. So as you can see with Eric, let me put this over here. There we go. There we go. So here's the official stats. 32 games played, 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points. Again, you have to factor that a lot of this, again, is on the Buffalo Sabres. So you have to give it a little bit of a grain of salt. I think as a 4th line center, Eric Staal is perfectly capable, especially come playoff time if Montreal makes it. I think he's a guy that will definitely be valuable for that team. So I think Montreal wins this trade. It's not by much, because I think getting a 3rd and a 5th round pick for Buffalo is not too bad in retrospect. But yeah, I mean, Eric Staal is brought into the Buffalo Sabres to be that 2nd line center, be that guy, and I guess breaking news, he did not become that guy for them, but as a much lesser role, playing like 10 minutes a night. I could see Eric Staal doing really well for Montreal, y'all. Really well for Montreal. I like that trade a lot for the Habs. Staal and Perry line confirmed. If that's actually going to happen, that's kind of sick. Corey Perry has been way too good for Montreal. And if you have him with Eric Staal, I mean, it would be an older line, but I think it's like a 4th line. That'd be pretty much perfect. And now you roll out 4 lines of of Deneau, Suzuki, Kotkaniemi, and Staal. And I think what this also gives is a little bit more cushioning for Kotkaniemi, because Kotkaniemi's been on that third line spot. He's been really just hammered in that spot the whole year, and he hasn't really had a fourth line center. I mean, Jake Evans been decent, but he hasn't really had a fourth line center that, especially defensively, can take some of those responsibilities away from him and maybe get some of those more defensive zone starts. You have Eric Staal, who will be in that position to actually take those starts and get that pressure defensively away from him. I like this deal. I like this deal a lot for Montreal. I like this deal a lot for Kotkaniemi to kind of give him some less pressure and just give the Montreal Canadiens a better overall forward group. I mean, it's not that much of a cost. Yes, a third round pick is not ideal to give up, but Montreal has a ton of picks this year. They have, I still think, 2 more. I need to look back on their draft picks. They still have 2 other third round picks on top of this, so they'll be absolutely fine if they just keep those picks. And they already have 2 seconds. They have 3 fourths, 3 fifths. They have a lot to work with, and getting up a third round pick, I especially with Montreal surplus, I don't think is a huge problem. Now trade Giordano to Buffalo for Montour. Oh, I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that at all. Brandon Montour is absolute poop. IMO. Who's third? I'm pretty sure it's Montreal. Montreal didn't specify. Maybe they'll say it in the actual article here. In exchange for the club's 3rd and 5th round picks. So I would expect, so it says, let me put this back into frame real quick. Sorry about that. So it says at the top here, in exchange for the club's 3rd and 5th round picks. I don't know if that actually means it'll be their third. I mean, I would assume since it's the club's 3rd and 5th round picks, I think they would specify if it was another team's pick, personally. So yeah, it seems like it'll be Montreal's, but Montreal's 3rd and 5th. So we got the official confirmation there. And we got 500 people in this live stream. Thank you all for joining us here today. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that like button. If you did subscribe, please let me know in the chat down below so our mods and I can get to you and shout you out as much as humanly possible, because anybody that subscribes absolutely deserves it. And subscribe for more hockey content almost every single day, just like this one. But Montreal officially gets it done. Eric Staal is on the way to Montreal. Again, a big reason because of this is because of the 7-day quarantine. And one of the main reasons why we really haven't seen Canadian teams be too active outside of their own divisions has been that 14-day quarantine, especially how you saw it in Pierre-Luc Dubois' situation, where it really took a long time for him to get back and ready for the Winnipeg Jets because of it. You now have Eric Staal, who's only going to have to wait a week to get in the practice squad and get in the lineup, and you have a player who can be on your 4th line, be productive, be responsible defensively, and bring leadership, bring the 1 cup that he had back with Carolina, and bring that experience that he had there. And for Buffalo, I mean, you get a 3rd round pick, you get a 5th round pick. That's not too bad. The only thing that's kind of funny about it is that Buffalo's, I've said this before so many times, but I really don't think I've emphasized it enough. Buffalo does not have a AHL scout, they don't have a Liga scout, and they don't have a KHL scout. None of those categories, none of those areas are being scouted right now by the Buffalo Sabres, at least in terms of at least specifically, which leaves some pretty big holes in their NHL draft boards personally. And I don't know. Buffalo's going to have some interesting things to work with, especially that scouting staff that was absolutely gutted during the pandemic. They're trying to get some picks. We'll see if it actually works out for them, but I like Montreal getting Eric Staal here for sure. Yes, Brubras, it is officially official. I'll go once again on I'll click on the Montreal Canadiens account. It is official right here. You got the blue check mark. Man, you guys don't even know. You guys don't even know. I was about to start uploading my video for today, and then I was just casually checking Twitter, and it was just out of nowhere, like a minute before I checked it. Eric Staal is going to Montreal Canadiens, and it is officially official. I want to thank you all, by the way, that have stuck by the first part of the live stream, that have stuck all the way to the official confirmation, because I know it took a little bit, but it finally happened, and Eric Staal is going to Montreal. And again, I think it's just a great fit for them. Let me know what's more in the chat down below. 1 in the chat if you think Montreal wins this trade. 2 in the chat if you think Buffalo wins this trade. Let me know, y'all, down in the chat. I mean, Buffalo ain't winning too much right now, so I can kind of see it. I like, by the way, that Montreal just disrespected Buffalo. They didn't even use their current logo in the graphic. They used their old one that had like the gray outlines. Look at this. They're using the old one. Oh my gosh. Montreal is dissing Buffalo in every single way, right? They don't even use the correct logo. Oh my goodness. Either that's the that's a great mismanagement by the social media team, or they're just absolutely throwing some shade. Staal wins the trade. That is pretty true, Jordan. That is pretty true. Put some threes down in the chat for Eric Staal winning this trade. Because, I mean, he does. Let's be real. Sabres going to build their team around Cousins and the Eichel trade that will happen. I mean, I could see it. I think for Buffalo at this point, if you can get a Shane Wright or a Brad Lambert or something in the next draft, and I mean, if Buffalo's going to tank at any time, it might as well be this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think Buffalo right now, it's a good time to just rinse and repeat. Get the Pagulas out of the ownership role. Tank in 2022 and 2023 because those are looking like two of the most solid drafts in this last generation, at least when it comes to the top end prospects. And if Buffalo can get in the top 3 in both of those, you are looking at some elite talent. And I mean, who knows? If they are able to get first overall, I would say Shane Wright is better than Jack Eichel. I would say Brad Lambert's better than Jack Eichel. When you look at 2023, I mean, Connor Bedard I would give over Jack Eichel. I would give Michkov, even though he'll take more time over Eichel. I mean, the amount of talent that's there is exceptional, and you could still build it. It's not too late for Buffalo. It's not too late. If they actually play their cards right, and heaven forbid, actually pay their scouts or pay any scouts at all, they could actually do something. But no, they gotta draft 6'5" defensemen that can't skate, and then they don't develop in them to actually skate, and then they wonder why the heck they're bad. Crazy, I know. Sabres won't win a game for the rest of the season. Yeah, aren't they at a 16-game losing streak right now? When do they play next? They're in the East. Let me put this right here. 60 straight losses. That is so sad, man. I mean, if any Sabres fans are here right now, I just want to send my condolences to you all because 6-22-4. Oh my gosh. They play tomorrow versus the Bruins. Okay, y'all, look at this schedule. Look at this schedule. Which game do you think the Sabres... I gotta realign it again. Sorry, y'all. Okay, look at this. Look at the schedule. Which game do you think the Sabres win next? Which game do you think the Sabres win next? They got next game versus the Bruins, Flyers, Rangers. Okay, so out of these teams, Bruins, Flyers, Rangers, Devils, Capitals, Bruins, then Capitals. Which team do you think they'll actually beat for the first time? Because I'm gonna put my money on that second matchup versus Philadelphia. I think they're going to tie the NHL record with their 18th straight loss on Monday, and then they're going to actually win a game on Wednesday and not break the record, tie it, but get their first win on that day, right before April. That's my predictions right now. But yeah, I think I was going to say the Sabres could continue that quite a bit, but the Flyers, man, the Flyers are so going to choke that. They're so going to choke that, aren't they? The Flyers, I mean, the Flyers are so... I can't believe it, dude. I picked Carter Hart to win the Vezina Trophy this year, and I don't think a prediction has ever been more wrong in my entire life. The thing was, I saw Carter Hart. I didn't see him as a top goaltender in the league yet. Well, I saw him as great in the bubble. I saw him as above average in the 2 seasons before. I thought he was going to have the best season of his career by far. I didn't see him as a top goaltender yet, but I thought he could get up to that level and be that this season. Somehow, he has just been incredibly bad, and the defense also for Philadelphia has been incredibly bad, and yet they don't want to trade for Matthias Ekholm, which they said that they don't want to give up assets, but it's like, dude, you're not going to win any games at this point if you're not going to get a guy like that. I don't know. We got 450 people still in this live stream. Thank you all for coming by. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, if you haven't already. We're getting close now to 32.1K, but thank you all for joining us for the 32K bash. I appreciate that. I'll probably go, well, I'm not sure how much longer we'll go live. We'll see. But there you go. Oh, also, apparently Wisconsin ended up losing in their game. So Cole Caufield will be coming potentially to Montreal pretty soon. That coming from Elliot Freeman. Let's see. So there you go. So Cole Caufield also could potentially be coming to Montreal very soon. Let me look at where we could see the potential lines here. And what we could actually see from Montreal, Cole Caufield also coming into play. Let me know, by the way, what do you guys think? Where do you guys think Eric Staal should play? Do you think he should get the third line spot? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I actually, or both Cole. Let me know where you think Cole Caufield and Eric Staal should play. So Tatar to no Gallagher, that's not going to be touched. You then got the second line of Drouin, Suzuki, and Anderson. That also has been not touched at all so far this season. You got Lehkonen. I would have that's tough. Who's on the LTIR? Doesn't have it right now. Okay, so they got Toffoli, Armia, and Kotkaniemi day to day right now. So I would have Toffoli, then Kotkaniemi, then Caufield. And then for the fourth line, probably that's tough. Would you have Staal, Perry, and Armia? Staal, let me put this in frame again. This is so annoying. I have to do it every single time, but hey, we'll have to do it for the greater good. There we go. So that's their forward lines right now projected. But with Cole Caufield coming in, I would have him probably on the third line power play minutes. I would assume. I would really like him to get like second line minutes, though. I doubt they're gonna put down Drouin or Anderson personally. We'll see. But I would go Tatar to no Gallagher. Okay, so this is what I would go with. I would go Tatar to no Gallagher, Drouin, Suzuki, Anderson. Then you'd have Toffoli. You'd then have Kotkaniemi, and then I'd have Caufield. And then you'd have on the fourth line, you'd have Staal at center, Corey Perry on whatever wing you want, and then probably Joel Armia. Maybe Frolik maybe shifts in there too, but we'll see. But yeah, those four forward lines are looking a lot better, even though they still don't have a bona fide star or anything. That depth is a lot better right now with Caufield and Eric Staal. So yeah, not too bad in all honesty. Not too bad.